Hi friends, welcome back to Love Body Health and Fitness Coaching. I'm Ambree and I'm going to be showing you some of my favorite workouts to help lift, tone, build a pretty shape and size to those glutes. For our first exercise, we're going to be doing a deadlift to a squat and abduction combo. This sounds confusing. It's pretty simple. I'm going to show you through the motions. So we're going to start hip width apart on our mat. I want a slight gentle bend to your knees. Make sure you're hinging back through your glutes, right? Keeping that core nice and tight. We want it to be nice and steady. And I want you to come down, brushing your hands past your knees, hinging back on those glutes, really pulling those hamstrings tight, coming down. Make sure not to bend your back. Again, flex that core, keep that back straight, shoulders back, and then we're gonna sit down into this squat right here. If this motion is hard for you, you can grab onto a chair or anything around to help you stabilize. Okay, I'm pressing through my heels. My toes are wiggling. You should be able to wiggle your toes if you're doing this right. I'm going to move my legs out, doing some abductions right here. These are going to be working on that glute medius. We're just gonna do these 5 times each. So when you come down 5 times and then press through your glutes, squeezing up. Squeeze the glutes, keep that core tight, lift your body towards the ceiling, great. And then we're going to bend back down, hinging at the hips, slight bend in the knees. You don't want to come down into a squat, just a slight bend, and you want to move the rest of the way down with your core. I want my body to almost be parallel to the ground. Right there, if your back is starting to bend or shoulders drop, make sure to pull it up in alignment, tighten those shoulders and that back, and then we're gonna sit it back down, lifting the core. Make sure your knees aren't going too far in front of your toes, and again, moving our legs out into those abductions. Awesome, 2 more. Bring it back up, press through the heel, squeeze the glutes, and come back down. Great, deadlift, squat, abduction. Awesome. Up and squeeze. Come down to our deadlift, hinge back, sit into those heels with a squat. Move those knees outward with your abduction. Come up, squeeze through the glutes. We're gonna go through the sequence a few more times. Deadlift, squat, abduction. Awesome. Feel the sides of that booty burn. Up and squeeze. When we squeeze, we're lifting the middle of our booty. So this will make it look amazing in a bikini, amazing in yoga pants, and just feel amazing. I love walking around with a tight booty. Down, squat, abduction. So repetition is key here. We really want to put stress on those muscle fibers. They aren't going to grow unless we do. The mind-muscle connection here is so important. So if you're just going through the motions but not concentrating on your glutes squeezing, on the side of them squeezing right here, then you might have to just play around with your body. Maybe you need to sit your hips back a little more. Maybe you need to lift your core up a little more. Make sure you're pressing through your heels the whole time. Awesome, last one. And down, abductions. Great. Up and squeeze. Now we're going to be going into monster walks. You can take about a 10-second break right here. If you need it, pause the video, get some water. We just put a lot of stress on our glutes, and if you're a beginner, you might need a little more of a break. Awesome job though. Okay, our next movement is gonna be monster walks. So these aren't that scary, I promise you. We're gonna go wide. So my legs are gonna go a little off the mat if you're on a mat. Again, it's gonna be wider than a hip width apart. I want your toes to be slightly pointed outward. We're gonna sink back into those glutes, hinge back with the hips. Make sure to keep that chest lifted, the core tight. Now we're going to walk forward. So I'm going to ground through my glutes with each step. I'm going forward, pressing my heel down, and I'm shifting my weight into this heel. I'm going to now move my right one, bring it down, shifting my weight into this heel, therefore activating this glute. So it's so important to have that mind-muscle connection here and to be shifting our weight back and forth. Now we're gonna take it backwards, shifting the weight into this heel and this glute. I'm now shifting it into the other one, keeping that core lifted nice and tight. I know a lot of people that I train have a hard time doing this. So really just make sure to save this workout if you're gonna do it in the gym, at home. Again, make sure you're putting the weight where it matters, or else you're really not gonna get what you need to get out of this workout. These are some of my favorites. After I'm done working out, I notice an immediate difference in my glutes, and I'm not kidding you. You really can see a difference after one workout. This is gonna be nice and slow and controlled. I'm so excited that I get to share these with you. Breathe. Again, we're really gonna put stress. When it gets hard, that's when you wanna keep going. Nothing worth having comes easy, and I think muscle building is something that goes to show for that. You're gonna learn to love the burn. Awesome. We're gonna walk, pick up my pace a little more. Just get used to that glute activation. I just walk it back and forth. You can do this longer if you want to. If you're tired, take a break right now. I'm gonna walk it back one more time. Breathe. We're gonna stay right here, feet out wide, knees going outward. Sit down into that squat, hinge those glutes back, keep that core tight, lift and squeeze. We're gonna go nice and slow here. You're really gonna start seeing some shape to the glutes if you repeat these workouts, y'all. Squeeze, slow and controlled. If you want, you can put a band around your knees right here. You can put a band around your knees during the monster walks. I always like to put a band about an inch above. My favorite brand is actually Peach Bands. I've worked with so many different ones, and those are the only ones that I feel won't really slide up and down. Breathe. Outward. Okay, come up super slow. Super slow. Squeeze those glutes. I want you to feel them. Squeeze. Slow. Nice and slow. Awesome. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Hold squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. That was hardcore. Awesome job, guys. Okay, for our next exercise, we're gonna be bringing it down on the floor. I want us to be in tabletop position. Hands below the shoulders. We're gonna be working the left leg first. So I want you to put your weight into your right knee. Make sure not to shift to one side too much. You wanna keep them squared. Bring that core tight. Again, make sure to tuck that pelvis in. If you've seen some of my earlier videos, I really taught you the importance of tucking that pelvis in to prevent any kind of lower back pain, discomfort, or injury. Okay, we're gonna be bending our leg a little bit. So it's straight right here, bend it inward, and we're gonna bring it straight up and back. Almost like we're bringing that leg back out and across to the other side while keeping it bent. Beautiful. Bring it down. You don't have to bring it down all the way. We just want to bring it down where we keep that contraction and that squeeze in it. I know I'm repetitive, but that squeeze is so important for glute activation and glute building. So right here, we're building a nice chunk on the back of the glutes. I literally do these for the purpose of building that mass on the back. I always like to have a plan of action before my workouts. So if I look at my glutes and be like, I need a little more size here, I need a little lift here, I need to tone the size, I construct my workouts around this. So it's really going to help build this size. Nice and slow. Awesome. Squeeze. Again, this is another form of a hip extension. The glutes are responsible for this movement. So just go nice, slow, and controlled. We're gonna do 2 more here. Last one, up, and we're gonna pulse it out. Awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that back down. Get comfortable on the other side. You're grounding through the left heel now. Right one bends inward again, and we're gonna lift that up and squeeze. Bring that down nice and slow. Awesome. And up and squeeze. Breathe. If you're arching that back too much, just make sure you round it out a little. Tuck that pelvis in. Awesome. You shouldn't be feeling any kind of lower back pain here. It's not worth doing a workout if you're in pain. Pain is our body telling us that we need to focus on a certain area. Either stop what we're doing, do some nice gentle stretches. Squeeze. I want y'all to lift as high as you can. Come back down slow. Just because you squeezed up here doesn't mean you get to relax down here. We're squeezing the whole way through. Awesome. 3 more. Bring it down. 2. Last one. You know what we're gonna do? Up and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you want to repeat this one at the end of the workout, go ahead. You can honestly repeat any of these as much as you'd like, or just stick to the workout I'm giving you right now. It's completely up to you. Now we're gonna be staying on the floor. We're gonna move our legs about hip width apart. You can make it a little wider if you want. I like to keep mine hip width apart right here. We're going to be hinging back, and we're going to be doing a kneeling hip thrust. So you're going to hinge back with your glutes, keeping that core upright and tight. And I want us to come back and squeeze the glutes. So what I call is flaring out the glutes, which means I'm back here, and then I really squeeze and I make sure to feel the glutes. You're gonna feel those glute meats too if you just worked them out. And you're gonna come up with that squeezing motion. Keep them squeezing, come up and squeeze. Make those abs nice and tall. Really tuck the pelvis and squeeze right here. And we're keeping this contraction and hinging it backwards, going back, bending our core forward, squeezing the glutes. I'm starting to feel them in my glute meats right here. Awesome. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Power up nice and slow. Come up to the top. We're just going to repeat this motion right here. You don't have to use heavy weights in order to get nice, pretty, toned glutes. It's all about the squeeze. You get what you put in. So if you want those pretty glutes, make sure to really activate them and focus on them. This is your time to focus. Sometimes when I do workouts, I make sure to turn off my music, and it's all mental. It's almost like a meditation where you're just focusing on the muscle that you're building and wanting to grow. Awesome. Come down, really squeeze right here. Hinge back, up and thrust. Breathe. Awesome job, guys. You are going to look in the mirror and be like, oh dang, I think I see a little booty growth. Breathe. Awesome. So this isn't about going fast. We're not doing cardio here. We're just focusing on the muscle. So make sure not to just power through this. We really want it to be slow and controlled. That's the name of the game when building glutes. Awesome. 2 more right here. Hinge it back. So unfortunately, you can't gain really nice glutes just doing a quick workout, unless you're gonna repeat this almost every day. But you can really see noticeable size difference by doing the same repetitive motion. So if you save this workout, maybe tackle it 2 times a week to start, and then maybe increase to 3 times a week. If you're not too sore, you're gonna love it. You're gonna see change. Awesome. Bring it back down. Now we're gonna work on that glute medius. Okay, we're gonna take it to the side and work on that glute med. So just bring it on over. Coming down on the elbow, putting our weight through here. We're just kind of stacking our legs on top of each other. It almost looked like a triangle behind you, the shape of a triangle. And we're going to lift up through that glute medius, up and lift, separating our legs right here, bringing it back down. You can keep a little leg separation right here. You don't have to bring them to meet. We're just trying to get that muscle to activate. So this is activating the outer muscle, that glute med. A lot of women come to me, they're like, how do I get rid of hip dips? This is one of the really great movements to help fill in that area. Also, you're gonna wanna watch my booty bar workout. If you really wanna fill in those hip dips, I'm gonna be showing you some great movements for that. Make sure to breathe. You shouldn't be feeling this too much in those obliques. We're not using our core, we're using our glutes to lift. The core is just a supporting muscle. Make sure to keep it tight. If you're feeling a lot of weakness and soreness right here, it's probably because those muscles are a little bit weak. So make sure to do your other ab workouts outside of here to make sure we're strengthening our core. One more, up, little pulses. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Bring it back down. We're going to be shifting over to the other side now. Let you get set up here. Again, we're just putting our weight into that elbow, bending the knees, stacking them on top of each other, lengthening this core area. Find your comfortable spot. And again, we're going to be lifting and lowering. Awesome. Feel it right there through that side glute. Feel the burn already. I love these. You can just do these while watching TV, watching other YouTube videos on our channel, maybe some ASMR. Awesome. My elbow's kind of slipping. You can always reset yourself here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up, pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Amazing job. I know the glute med exercise is so challenging. We often don't utilize these muscles in our everyday life, but you should really thank yourself you're working on them right now. And if you can't do this full workout easily, that's okay. I'm pretty sore right now myself, but I love that soreness, and you'll learn to love the soreness too. So remember, if you really want to get the most out of your workouts, 1, make sure you're always pressing through your heels. That's where we're gonna get our ultimate glute activation. One test you can give yourselves while working out is, can my toes wiggle? If so, I'm making sure I'm pressing through that heel. Another tip, make sure to not round out your back. Keep it nice and straight. Tuck your pelvis if you need to. There shouldn't be any arch in there. We really don't want to put any strain on our lower backs. That's going to make it hard to do any other workouts you try to do after this. So make sure you're taking care of yourself. Again, you can repeat these workouts 2 to 3 times a week. It's depending on your fitness level. These are my favorite workouts to do before I walk on stage at a competition, before I do a photo shoot, before I go on a date even. So whatever you're trying to look good for, just keep these saved, put them in your back pocket, and repeat them as much as you'd like. I have a lot of other amazing glute workouts on this channel. Check them out through Ambree with Love, Body Health, and Fitness Coaching. I look forward to showing you more videos in the future. Stay tuned to my very, very next video, and have an amazing day. Be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. This video is brought to you by our loyal patrons who help to keep our cameras rolling. To show our appreciation, we produce tons of exclusive content just for our patrons.
Join us for 14 and 30-day programs, hour-long classes, and much more on our yoga app, Yoga Plus by Psychetruth. It's free to download and features a variety of wellness content, including yoga, fitness, Pilates, guided meditations, and interviews with dozens of wellness experts. Start your 14-day free trial today by clicking the link below.